alert.
It's odorless and tasteless, but can kill you. And as you can imagine, high levels of carbon monoxide can be especially fatal at night when you're sleeping. Tonight, Jen and Ian Kilbride relived the moments of a night that could have turned out deadly. They shared their story only with our Michelle Zepeda, who joins us live in studio. Michelle.
That's right. Well, Jen and Ian were reluctant to share their story. They didn't want this to be about them, but they decided to speak out because what they learned through this terrifying ordeal, they feel, can save others' lives.
Anyone who does not believe in God or angels, I can tell you my story.
Fatal levels of carbon monoxide filled the Kilbride's home as they slept back on January 17th.
God was here. He was here with all of us.
Around 4 a.m., Jen and Ian woke to the sound of their teenage son throwing up. Ian went to check on him, but Jen knew she had to get up and help.
I had this overwhelming feeling that I needed to get up, and it was overwhelming. So I got out of bed, and as I turned the corner, Ian was having seizure-like activity.
As she tried to help her husband in the hallway, Jen too passed out. All finally coming to, the family felt they were hit with a bad case of the flu.
We were going to be going back to sleep, which is a very scary thought. I did tell him I was very concerned. I said, something happened. I don't know if you had a stroke or a seizure or something. Just then our daughter came around the corner, and I got up to attend to her, and she passed out right there.
That's when Ian knew they had to call for help.
911, where's your emergency?
Do you have a carbon monoxide detector? And I do know Ian said, oh my gosh, that's it.
The 911 operator, as soon as she said that, it just clicked. And
thank God.
You know, and
thank God.
I must have given all the information because I did. The phone was down. We woke up Nick. We got by the windows.
Perrysburg Fire arrived, their meters immediately sounding.
You know, it just topped out, and he immediately told us to get out, and we did.
The levels of carbon monoxide inside 300 to 500 parts per million. Just 50 parts per million is considered fatal.
Those levels were just out, you know, it was sky high. I mean, 35 or 50 parts per million, and the house was, 500 to, so it was, yes. Somebody was watching out for us.
The family, poisoned by carbon monoxide gas, pushed into their home after the furnace's heat exchanger failed. Though the family had 2 home inspections before moving in, those inspections didn't include a full inspection of the furnace, which they have now learned, when installed, was not done to specification of the carrier. And that night, that failure all went undetected by the family's carbon monoxide detector because it was expired.
They do expire, and I, test them. I mean, there's ways you can test them. We now have about 6 throughout the house.
This was obviously a learning lesson for the Kilbrides, and they want to pass on things they've learned that they can help other families stay safe with. So first of all, make sure that you do have a carbon monoxide detector on every floor of your home. Place it at the low ground area in one of those plugs, and also check the expiration date. They do expire every 5 to 10 years. Now, secondly, Ian says that you need to spend some money and time to make sure that you do get some regular checks on your furnace to ensure that minor problems are caught. And finally, if you do want to purchase a new home and you get an inspection, make sure that you get an inspection with a certified furnace inspector to make sure that everything is A-OK before you move in. Reporting live, Michelle Zepeda, WTOL 11.
Chilling.